Bienvenue, bonjour, buenos dias, hello. Oh, I said that one, didn't I? Hi, I'm Bruce Blitz, and welcome to Cartooning with Blitz. And they're greetings from around the world because we're going to do cartoon characters from around the world today. And I even have my passport here. That's my cartooning passport. You have to have that. And for our feature of the day, we'll go to Boca Raton, Florida, to the International Museum of Cartoon Art. It's a great place for fellow cartooners like you and I. And for our doodle trick portion, Millennium Cartoons. Finished cartoons from the number 2000 and Y2K. Why? 2K. So let's do our first subject today, and I won't tell you where he's from. I'll play this and you let me know. Ready? You get it? That's right. England. Let's start with a British guard. And it starts with his hat. And I'll show you what I mean. He's got a really big fluffy hat, and that's what really makes him a great character. Just like that, and all we have to do is add some detail to it and make it look fluffy. And we'll have him standing sideways. Now we've got him there, and let's put his nose right there. And, well, there's his mouth. And right here we're going to put a chin strap that comes right around. Now these guys are very serious. Let's have his eyes straight forward. It doesn't look real serious, it looks happy, but you can't make these guys, you can't ruffle them. I've seen tourists stand there and in front of them try to ruffle them, and you can't do it. Now let's put his collar in, some detail in there. And now for his body. I am going to draw an arc like that and a curved line like this because he's going to be standing at attention. And now for his feet, which are way down here. Now, right about here, we're going to make a little line because that's going to be his waist. But let's put his arm in first. And let's put some detail on his arm. And here's his hand. Now, right where that waistline is, I'm going to make it flare out because that's his jacket. And here's his belt. And some detail on his pants. He's got those stripes. And some buttons. And you know what? If you didn't have special clothing on a lot of cartoon characters, you know what? They wouldn't even look that different. Because clothes make the character. Let's put a little background here. Maybe that the little guard stand. You know, a little house outside of Buckingham Palace. Yeah, I like that. Now let's put a little color into this guy. Definitely red for his jacket, using cartoon maroon on my color sticks for this. Now, a good way to practice people from around the world, I'd like to be able to say just bring your sketch pad with you when you travel around the world, but not everybody travels around the world. So you do what I did. You go to the library. And it's a great place. They got pictures of everything. A little black for his pants here. And his shoes, his boots. Let me see what else. Well, that's enough of that. Put a little color in his face there and his hands. A great character. And let's do another one, but uh-oh. It's time for the pun of the day. So I'll show you that one right now, and you guess what it is. Ready? Okay. Take a look at that. Give up? He's filing his tax return. Huh? I like that one. All right. Let's move on. Now let's go to Japan. And let's draw a woman from Japan. And we'll start with her hair. Now I'm going to draw an oval for the top of her hair and an upside down teardrop for a side and another one over here. Now, you know what? I'm going to make another oval on top too, just like that. Now, this is all darkened in because it's dark hair, and we leave a little white space in the center for a highlight or a shine. Same thing up there. And she's going to make a great character. Now, for her facial outline, give her a curved line like that, and there's her neck, and we'll circle there for an earring. How's that? And let's give her a small nose and a smile. and some lips. Now for her eyes. Well, let's make her happy. And her eyebrows. Now, let's draw her arm coming down. And she's wearing a kimono. And the sleeves are kind of full. And here's her arm coming out of it. And it's holding a fan. Now, how do you draw a fan? Watch this. The letter D. D is for fan. No, it's not. But D is for detail. Let's put some detail on it. Like that, okay? Now let's put a line, a real light line on this side, and this is going to just give us something to build on for her body. And right about in the middle, we're going to make a sash, like that. We'll color that in. And some detail in the middle. And down at the bottom, where it flares out a little bit like a skirt, and we'll have her feet coming out. And we'll have her wearing slippers. And we can't see her other arm. It's hidden behind the fan. And let's put a little horizon line in there. Oh, she came out nice. And I'm going to put a little color in her kimono. Let's see. I'll use my tuning pencils for this. And I'm going to grab some, oh, I know, some blue. Actually, this looks like violet. And make stars. Now, I like cartooning. You know why I like cartooning? Because it takes less lines to make a whole statement. And it goes along with my nature, because I like to see things quickly, and cartooning really does that for me. All right, let's do another one. Now let's go to Venice, Italy, and we'll draw a gondolier. You know what a gondolier is? He's a fellow that maneuvers a gondola. And we'll start with his hat. Right there, we'll draw the top part of the hat and a big brim, because he's out in the sun a lot, and he needs a protection. Let's draw his nose, like that, and a big happy mustache. And 2 U's for eyes, because his eyes are down, and his mouth is open, and maybe he's singing. How's that? And here is his face. Comes down to a point, and up. And that point will fit into his collar. And there's his ears, and a little bit of hair tucked in there. Okay. Now, here's his collar there, and this is going to be a shirt underneath. Now for the hands. Now the hands are going to be a little bit tricky on this one, so I'm going to make circles to tell me where they go. And we're going to make a big shape, which is a triangle with the point on the bottom, a little bit curved. See this? And that's going to be for his body. Now we put a line like this for his waist. Now, here's his arm, and it's coming out and back. And his palms are not facing us, so we put the knuckles, and we don't see any of the fingers. He's going to be holding the pole that maneuvers us. And here's his other sleeve, and his arm comes down. And here's his thumb, and again, his palms are away from us. So, there's his other one. Now let's put the pole in. It goes right through where he's gripping it, and up just like that. Now, right in this line here, this space, we're going to make a line that goes right to that point. We'll put his shoes in. And he's leaning back, and he's singing. Let's put some cartoon effects and accessories here. Some musical notes, and now let's put the gondola in. Just like this. It's a big, long boat. And I put some water in it. And he stands in the back, and the people sit in there. And it's a great tourist attraction. It's very romantic. People sit there and see the sights. And these are the buildings in the back. And now, I'll put a little color into this guy. And gondolas have been around for a long time. And let me see, let me get a little color here. Here we go. Use my tuning pencils for this. They've been around for a long time. They deliver goods to the businesses or to the homes. And like I say, they take the people around. Now, they used to be painted wildly. I don't know when that was, maybe back in the 60s, but they passed a law that made them all have to become the same color. So they're all black, and the only way that they can be individual is that they carve them right into the black wood. And I did some reading about it, and they said that there's basically one family there that makes the gondolas. Let me see, let's use a little bit of black for the gondola. As I said, that's the color they are. I'm using my color sticks for this. See how when you lay it down on the side, you cover a lot of ground that way? That way you make the tool work for you. Now I'm going to bear down a little heavier over here because I want it to be, like this side isn't seeing as much light, so it gets a little bit darker. Now I'll put in some water. Yep. And he's singing, and I think I'll play you the song that he's singing. Let me take a look at that. Let me see. How about some clouds? Now you take a look at the sketch, and I'll play you some music that goes along with the gondolier. That hurts the fingers after a while. Now stay tuned for the feature of the day. Well, we're here at the International Museum of Cartoon Art in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida, and there's so much to see inside. I can't wait. Let's go in and get started. Hi, I'm Bruce Blitz.
Hi, I'm Bob Siegel. I'll be your guide today. Welcome to the International Museum of Cartoon Art here in Boca Raton.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. I can't believe it. A whole museum dedicated to cartoon art. What could be better?
Well, what could be better is a museum dedicated to international cartoon art, what we feature.
All right.
And you'll find that in addition to being entertaining, it's also very educational.
I can't wait. Can we get started?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
All right, Bruce, here we are at the Hall of Fame, which we are rather proud of, and we like to take all of our visitors here for the first stop. As you can see, the stained glass window, which was originally in our museum up at Rybrook, New York, shows Little Nemo in Slumberland, who was created by Winsor McKay, who is also represented here in the Hall of Fame. And he is constantly dreaming. In this particular case, he's dreaming about all of these characters, who are each of which are representative of the artists who are in the Hall of Fame.
They're the kind of dreams I had as a boy. You know?
That explains a lot.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Well, as you go through the Hall of Fame, you'll see that there are many, many artists who are represented here, and there's representations of their work all around.
Now, there's a little tags that tell you when the artist was born and a little bit about the artwork itself.
Yes, that's right, because in most cases, when you just look at a particular piece, you don't get the background, you don't get the various nuances, and these little plaques give you all of those details.
Okay.
Now, quite interestingly, one of the members of the Hall of Fame is Charles Schulz.
Oh.
And coincidentally, we have a special exhibit celebrating Charles Schulz and his 50th anniversary of Peanuts.
Okay, we'll
so
see that?
Let's go see it.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Well, as you can see, Bruce, we're at the beginning of our special exhibit now, which is the 50th anniversary of Peanuts. 50 years ago, Charles Schulz developed the character of Peanuts and all of his friends, Charlie Brown and Lucy.
50 years.
50 years.
They still look like little kids. I can't believe it.
They still are. They still are. Like everybody else, they never age.
They never age. All right.
We have some exhibits going from the very, very first strips that were produced for Peanuts and all the way through into present day.
Now, I noticed that it's not just comic strips you have for these exhibits. You have things flying around. There's Snoopy's doghouse,
yes, we like
Schroeder's piano.
We like to break things up.
Yeah.
All right? Snoopy is constantly chasing the Red Baron, as you can see flying around. Charlie Brown is forever trying to throw that strikeout pitch.
Right.
But it's interesting, and as I say, we do this about every 3 or 4 months, and we go all out.
I like to say this brings out the kid in me, except that I still do this for a living, and I do still draw. But anyway, it does bring out the kid in me.
Well, it's interesting you can say that because I have something for that kid. Why don't you follow me?
Okay, come on. Okay, Bob, what do we have here?
Well, here we have what we call a Creative Toon Center,
Yep.
which gives all the children who are visiting our museum an opportunity to learn how to do some cartooning.
Oh, okay.
And we have some computers that they can work with and do some original creations.
So you have a regular cartoon camp in the summer, but anytime anybody comes to the museum, they can mess around on the computers
Absolutely.
and draw and hang out on the bean bags, whatever, right?
Absolutely. The group that we have behind us is a group that came in for a tour today.
Oh, I see.
But it's open to all visitors who come in.
Even adults? Can adults sit on the computers
Adults
too?
can sit at the computers also, providing there's an 8-year-old who can teach them how to do it.
You said you wouldn't tell that story about me, Bob. Okay, that's all right. Now, what else do they have here? Let's go take a look.
Take a look.
Now, where are we now?
We are now in a room dealing with animation art.
Okay.
And basically we have examples of some of the various aspects of how animation is done, from the original concept drawings all the way through to the final production of the cells themselves.
Okay, the cells. Now, the cells are short for, the word cell is short for celluloid, right? The clear plastic that they draw on.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. And that's what gets photographed to produce the film itself.
Okay. Now, right over here, we have Gertie the dinosaur, which was the first star of animation, actually.
That's right.
Is that correct?
That's right. It wasn't the first animation film, but it was the first one that had a star in it.
Yes. I know what year that is, Bob.
Okay.
1914.
Wonderful.
Right.
You've done your homework.
That's right, I have. And I read the sign. But other than that, I would have known, right? Okay, now what's over here?
Okay. We have this theater set up for a number of reasons, one of which is to give our visitors a chance to sit down and rest and relax for a few minutes.
Okay, that's always good.
And we always run a film that is concurrent with the particular exhibit that we have.
Oh, okay, like now you have Peanuts and...
Right, and there's a Peanuts. We had an exhibit on Tarzan, and we had some films on Tarzan, Edgar Rice Burroughs, and some of the old serials that were produced.
Oh, great.
And we took it from there.
All right, what else you have?
Well, I think something is very interesting this way.
Okay.
Here we have the section on comic books, and what I find interesting about it, as you can see from this example, that there's more involved than just doing a daily comic strip.
Yeah, a lot more detail in
Absolutely.
comic books.
It's much more complicated, much more intricate.
Now, I notice that we have the script here. This is a great one because this shows you the whole process at a glance.
Exactly.
You've got the script, which is one person.
Right.
Then you've got someone who does the penciling, like an assembly line.
Exactly.
Then it goes to somebody who does the dialogue and puts the balloons in. And then the inker. And this is the reason we like to come to a museum in the first place. It's a great way to see the artwork up close. Now you can see the lines that they made. You can even see mistakes and a little bit of white paint that they use to correct themselves, and the guideline pencils underneath. It's a great way to see the artwork up close and personal. I love it.
Well, that's wonderful. You seem to have a good handle on what's going on. There are a lot of other interesting things that you want to see, but right now I see I have a tour waiting for me. I'll catch up with you later.
Great. Thanks for all the help so far, and I'll catch up with you. Bye-bye.
Anytime.
Hey, there's Bob.
Hey, how you doing, Bruce?
I'm doing great, doing great.
You get a chance to see everything.
You know, I think I saw everything, but I got to tell you, I will return, I guarantee it.
Oh, that's great, because every couple of months we change our exhibits and there's always new and exciting things to see.
Really? You know what? Maybe I'll move in. What do you think? If you ever get an opportunity, do yourself a favor and stop into the International Museum of Cartoon Art in Boca Raton, Florida. It's a great place for cartooners like us. Bob, thanks so much for showing us around today. I really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Now, stay tuned for Cartoon Doodle Tricks. This is great. Welcome to today's Doodle Tricks, and I'd like to welcome my friends for stopping by. How are you guys? Good?
Fine.
Okay. Now, do you remember at the beginning of the show, I said we would do Millennium cartoons. And Millennium deals with the year, what year, Amanda?
2000.
2000, that's right. So let's start by writing the number 2000. Right here. There's the 2, and here's a 0, another 0, and another 0. All right. Now, look at the 2, and we add a little detail right here like this, and come back, just like that, and put some feathers in there. Who knows what this looks like?
A swan.
A swan, that's exactly right. Okay, so there's the swan, and what's this back here?
The babies.
A baby, that's right, 3 babies. And that's what we'll do with the zeros. This is mass production cartooning. We'll have to do 3 of them here. And some feathers, and let's extend that water. And you know what? She's proud, and they love their mommy. So let's put some hearts up here, and a heart over here, and some water, and some clouds. All that from the number 2000. You like that, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do another one. Now this time, you remember about this Y2K? Who knows about the Y2K? How about you?
It's about the computer scare.
The computer scare, that's right, very good. Okay, so I'll draw Y2K. Now, let's see. Put a line up here and here. Let's double that line a little bit. And who knows what this is starting to look like a little bit?
A computer?
A computer, very good. That's a computer, because that's what this whole thing was about. Okay, now put an eye in here, another eye there. Now, let's see. This is going to be a hand, and this is going to be a hand, an arm and a hand. Here's the hand, there's the arm, and here's the hand up here. Ready? Now watch. 1, 2, 3 fingers, and Y2K is here, you know. It was all about this computer glitch. Some said yes, some said no. We really didn't know which. We worried all about it, what would happen on New Year's Day, and we worried all for nothing because it all turned out okay. You can say it. And that's all the time we have for today, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and you guys. And for our tip of the day, a math lesson. Who feels like doing math? No one feels like doing math now, but this math lesson says, practice and patience equals success. It adds up to me. I don't know. I'm Bruce Blica saying thanks for being with me, and guys, help me out.
Keep on cartooning.
Keep on cartooning.